So, okay. So, when you talk about scientific temper, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Bullshit. No, no. Question we have that part we have finished. So, when generally in Indian conditions, okay, when I talk about scientific temper, who is the person to remember? In Indian conditions, a person. Yeah. Huh? Bangalore, okay, fine. They are all part of the same legacy. Buddha, Narasimhaya, or
So for me, the
Someone I will come to. The big Gandhi Raman dialogue which I will talk about. So, Nehru,
so for me, the first thing that came to mind was superstition.
superstitious. No, I'm talking about names. Nehru's, Buddha, Army flag. So, this expression, when I talk about expression, scientific temper, the English, the first name is Nehru. I talk about what understand? Huh? Oh, no, all of them. No, I'm talking about all of them are part of that. There are so many. No, the point that I was trying to emphasize is, sorry, 51 A. That is what is Indian tradition. First, we will talk about 51. What does it say? What is 51A? Actually, it was a 42nd Amendment as part of our duty of the citizen. It's a duty. It should be the duty of every citizen of India to develop scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. This is very common. It's in fact I wrote in my audio. That is what he immediately comes. A case in Indian conditions that strikes us, that it is applicable. So we will go beyond it, in the sense that we will expand on it. And now what happens, and we see that there are organizations, as I mentioned, Breakthrough Science Society, ASS, VGVS, and all, they are promoting. Their aim is to promote the scientific temper. They are promoting, cultivating, propagating scientific, whatever. They are doing that job. And they are also, at least the BSS, is also having the aim of spreading the scientific movement in the country. So what I did was to put some of the objectives of BSS. I'm not a marketing man of GSC, BSS. So I'm just putting because from those points, I will see how I can or how we can science movement in the country, and specifically the aims are to cultivate and promote scientific bent of mind, to establish a scientific culture in societies, to explain, disseminate, popularize different discoveries and advancements of science. Only first four. There are many objectives. I'm just taken up from their website. This is just a cut and paste which I have done from their website. To foster consciousness against superstitions. Against unscientific notions, superstitions, fanaticism, bigotry, communalism, casteism, and other set orthodoxies. Yeah, there are many. I stop here to cultivate the study of history and philosophy of science. Why philosophy of science becomes important? I will come to that in the later stages of the session. No. So, again, I start with a question here. So, these are very proactive institutions which are involved in this activity of spreading scientific culture or this. My question is here, let me begin. And let me begin by being a devil's advocate. And it basically means I'm trying to put a rhetorical question as a rhetorical device. Now this is why I wanted to get the rhetorical device only to elicit a response from you. It may be provocative. It may be provocative, but I want to get a response from you saying that I would like to know why we should cultivate and promote something that should be coming or happening to us naturally as a part of thought process. Why so many issues? Should be coming naturally to us. ये तो होना ही था. I mean, this should, at least in my thinking process, it is just like, for example, it's quite natural that when we get thirsty, we drink water. But do we have any breakthrough drinking water society who will say that, see, whenever you get thirsty, drink water? We don't have, because we do naturally. Maybe another 100 years, it may happen. The way things are going, that's a different issue. But as of today, we don't have. But why should we happen for this? Any answers? Why is it? Yeah. I always want honest answers.
We cannot be.
What is that? Just let me write. Why promote, cultivate? Why should we have AK Whitney, for example?
To defeat confronted idea.
To defeat. Yeah. So when you say to defeat obscurantist ideas, so you're assuming that there are obscurantist ideas in the society. To defeat that. Others agree? Others, sorry, my handwriting. To defeat obscurantist ideas. Others agree that there are a lot of obscurantist ideas, and therefore, yeah, obscurantist means irrational, you can say. There are two meanings actually. One is not relevant for us. Something like, vague, easy, obscure, right? That is not the meaning that, yeah.
Because people looked at the history, how something that has to come back to us has been go, has been taken in a way condition. So that has made the Polish common sense scarce. It has become scarce, and so many people do have advantages things from these blindness people. So that has led to what is, as you said, something has come natural, it has become scarce, and something not natural, and obedience has
Taken over.
yes,
Okay.
taken over.
So one word which you use is common sense. So is rationality common sense? No, practice. It is simple common sense. I will take your story for that later. So I give you a story for that. It is to some extent, it is to be to great extent. You're right. So so whatever is common to all, that should be natural. Okay? All being thirsty, that's why all of them drink water. Yeah.
Yep. But the irrigation system is Soviet says take that common sense and the education system is teaching science but not promoting like culture as well as we have all this very
Yes.
they were never really not. Yes. So this Viviane also but the Viviane not of bad is a check on the case. But the beauty says, but the basically use discussion mass and all by your
Yes.
by Southers and data.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a subject called constitutional ethics. Nothing there for you know that.
Okay.
Pronounce
I know what that subject is.
there was a people pass and this.
Because my son studied. So I know what it is and how much he has understood about it. I know.
But basically, the EK system should have such temper building.
Which is not there.
Should not there. Which is also having the it's the natural thing we have.
Accepted. Accepted. We are saying, you are saying, yeah.
I have a basic question.
Yeah.
That inherent pursuit that science, paper, or whatever science is, needs our appreciation, needs to be told. Exactly what the hell is science? So why do people want it to be promoted?
Okay. Why should science be
What
promoted?
is science? Why is it taking precedence over everything? Every other form of belief system that had emotions, irrationality. What is this thing called science? That itself needs to be discussed rightly before we even answer the question. Why
No.
do we need to know?
So that question will be discussed, but not today. Next thing. Because for discussing what is science, it is a separate question.
Assuming that
Yeah.
science is something of a word.
No. See, I will. See, because before discussing what is science, I have to discuss what is philosophy. That is another step. Because where there are four characteristics, meaning analysis, and what is the meaning of science, the history of the term science from which science has originated. Science actually originates from scientia, as you know, which means knowledge. And what is knowledge? Whether it is justified. All this you have to say. Fine? So I will say.
So again,
Ah.
to repeat what you said, the rhetorical question of why do we
Assume, yeah.
that science is
Yes. So, but this is a very important question that he has raised. I mean, most of us may not agree with this, but let us welcome this question. We may disagree very strongly also. He says that science is assuming a certain kind of superiority. Science is assuming a certain, that's what, am I right? Yes. Yeah. Science is assuming a certain kind of superiority and it is getting precedence. I mean, it is saying that I want the privilege. And you better hear this. How many people agree with this? Oh, you agree that?
No, agree that this is a very fundamental thing
Okay.
because everything is based on this. Okay. The whole point of having these discussions, these publishings, and all these things is first of all, you have to address the elephant in the room.
Okay. Now, first, for that, I make a mistake.
Candle and say should become like a religion explain.
Yeah.
Because
Can we,
important.
can we make a difference between science and the scientist? Here. That prompts me to go. This was not part of my whatever I said. So when he brought this, I saw that, see, because he says that there is a sense of superiority. Who gets the superiority? Not science.
I would like to slightly now interject here.
Yeah, good. So Socratic message.
People
Again.
here at the religious institutions, most of them when they quote science to validate their own stupidity. I mean, yes, maybe it is not a scientist or as a people who are with scientific thinkers who are imposing science, right? I mean, science is obvious. You cannot go away with science. In the sense,
No, let me cut it.
The Father Chaitanya Swamijis are using those words, those terms to copy the
my qualities answer is the science. But I'm not opposing it. It is most often the people who promote religion, who promote stupidity, who always quote science.
Okay. No, let me summarize. No, what he is telling as a counter to you, let me summarize. See, and correct me if I am wrong.
So strong.
No, what he is saying is that science, the superiority of science doesn't come from the scientists, but from these people who are actually religion or practitioners of religion who are taking science to justify and thereby giving importance to science.
Clarify my question.
Ah.
I want to say essentially that I, as a scientist, I create in service abilities, everything that you say you are. My question is why using science? Are we not?
Who is imposing science?
Are we no? Okay. My is that
No, even.
I everyone to please here to everyone's on bits, not interrupt. And then
this is I See, the question is this. Today we are saying in this discussion that we need scientific temper. And that is by authority, isn't it? We are not yet defined by sciences. We have not said why scientific temper is better than irrationality, the monkeys, biography that's doing on order up us. We need to convince people. Otherwise, science becomes a religion. Yes. I don't want science to become a religion. You send out to us by authorities. Someone said scientific temper, we have to tell us. Constitution says. We need to understand why does it say so? What is the
That's the purpose. That's the purpose.
Yes.
That's the purpose. So I have not even started. See, what I'm trying to say is, so the question is, you said science is being imposed. Who is imposing?
No.
I'm asking the counter question.
Yes. It's one of our.
No, it's a fine, yeah. Country. So you can say that I.
My question.
See, the one more thing, Constitution says scientific temper, and I am going to make a difference. I'm telling you right now, between scientific temper and science as a subject,
I accept it.
which Raman and Gandhi had a duster. I'm going to this one, and I am also going to say this has Rational also has said it even before Gandhi Raman in 1922, all the Schmitzka. And he says, and you have to bear with me for at least two or three sessions,
No problem.
to understand what is science, where I will bring the one of the court cases in US. You know, it is on, I don't know whether you know about it.
When the film was made about it also in 1960, that 40 case is just, I've forgotten that. If you are waiting on the court,
Scopes, Tennessee, yeah, Scopes trial, yeah, Tennessee, yeah, Tennessee case. Yes. So I am going to completely put the Tennessee case and how the law, judge, okay, Overton, Judge Overton, William Overton, said that when creation science, they said, you know, creation, that comes to his point. See, what did the religions do? The creation theory was forwarded as a science. Why did they do it? So who is imposing science?
No, it's not important. See, there are very strong.
So why did they borrow science? Actually, that is what the big court is, which I know.
Cultural reasons why that Brian is very important. And today we portray William Jennings Bryan as a villain for promoting creationist nonsense. And we appreciate Clarence Darrow and John Scotch for being very scientific. But if you actually read the history of that Bryan, you will come to understand William Jennings Bryan very valid arguments on why it was saying that evolution should not be taught in schools. There are very good to look at. Anyone interested for summer about the gods.
Okay. No, I have not read it. I have not read it. But what I am trying to say is, you have to hold on till I get into that topic. Because I am here. No. The question is justified. But what I am going to say, and others whether correct me, this you said that imposition today. Constitution it is there, even if you don't follow science.
So today,
Who is going to arrest
in the
you?
next 4 sessions, I'm taking the role of an uneducated,
No.
illiterate,
I just
irrational person trying to get.
No, that's okay. That's not a problem. Yeah. No, I'm not convincing you. I'm not this one. No, what I am trying to say, I am asking. No, please.
This thing, Gaurav Chittag is my and Rajas is actually very clear in science when it's very much this. So it's basically acting like a devil. So
That is what okay. No, what I am trying to say is this. I still couldn't get the spirit of who is imposing science. You said somebody. Constitution is not imposing science. They have said it. Today, if you go anywhere and say, I don't want to follow science, nobody is going to arrest you or fine you. And you know temples are being constructed. Where is scientific temper in that?
So one interpretation is that people like us, perhaps we can our intentions can be interpreted as trying to impose science on society.
Who is imposing?
We people like us, rationalists.
I don't think rationalists are imposing science.
No, it can be interpreted.
Or do you know what is the percentage of rationalists in India? Real rationalists.
No, it's not. I
Huh?
the division. There's
1%.
happening from the core of this thing. The core is it's very fundamental. It's not even about percentages or how many cores.
Okay.
That's not to fact check figures and statistics and etc.
Right.
The point is, the elephant in the room is that science has been treated as dogmatically by scientists and rationalists instead of accepting the real fact. This is a very hubristic and condescending approach that, I'm a scientist, thou shalt listen to what I say because I am right.
So that's why.
That is
That is why did I not make this difference between science and the scientists? I immediately wrote that. I got the pulse of the arguments.
Yeah.
And I immediately wrote, we have to separate this rationality and the rationalist. Rationalist.
there are many high
Ah.
scientists in
This is always the problem. This is always the problem. Scientists, chemists, journalists, and all. Mathematicians, that's why no ist. It is mathematician. So they don't get into arguments. You generally see, mathematicians, they are very happy with their own proofs and. So they are in a different planet. So they hardly get into the plane. So they are mathematicians. So East is always the problem. Religionist. Every ist is a problem. Because what happens? Here we are not dealing with the subject. Here we are dealing with as a person.
But then again,
And I agree with you. And with you on this issue. Remember you signed that video.
No.
That one. So we were actually talking the same thing. We were saying that there was, assembly of scientists. But those scientists, exactly in the way they exist, was this. See, we are scientists, you accept whatever I say. That was the spirit of their conversation. Only out of the 4 scientists, only one differed. If you remember, this one only one differed. The remaining 3 were saying, we are scientists. Let us follow whatever you advise. So we touched it. But surprisingly, what they were saying, we are scientists, we are telling, believe in God. That is what they were saying.
exactly. Because those years became, in the engineering and stuff confidence.
See, the surprising thing was, the scientists were telling, and let me tell you, I don't want to take the name of the scientists. I work in the IIT campus in NIAS, and within NIAS also, and in ISERS. Very good friends were some scientists extremely good believers of God. When I wrote a lot of atheistic arguments, the dean faculty came to me and said that, I can't agree with you. I don't know how can you write this. The same dean faculty recruited me also. Was a job. Good friends we are. Very good person of friends. He helps me. Yeah, sorry.
Today, if you go to school, every school, and you ask children, okay, what does the earth do? They would say earth goes around the sun, and they quote heliocentric chord outright, up. There is also an alternative model, the geocentric chord, up to the beginning, right? Which makes exactly the same, which is very accurate. We have never found out with the solar system to have a bird idea of moon orbiting. So why do we believe that Earth orbits the sun?
So that's why, if they have a
That's the thing,
that's why
he possess this model of heliocentric without explaining to children why heliocentric model is correct or more appropriate. The other model is also correct.
correct. As far as predictions are concerned,
How can cellular complete?
predictions are concerned.
Ptolemaic
I for the,
also makes
I don't know, actually, Bhalchandra has written a very good book on that.
yes.
So you're right, but then the students have to be given a course on history of science.
Yes.
To get what is the Ptolemaic model and all. So, but that is, who will do it?
We believe heliocentric model. It's a belief. It is not a well thought of
No, you have to then clarify why. See, that is where you have to go to both history and philosophy of science now, not only history of science, because for the simple reason there is something called saving the phenomena. In science, philosophy of science, I don't know whether I will have time to come to that. It's something called the saving the phenomena. As I said, the Coulombic model gives very good predictions. It is saving the phenomena to that extent. And therefore, in the philosophy of science study, we have got something called anti-realism and the realism of science. You have to wait for 4 sessions. That's it.
I'm sorry to
No. At least it got clarified. A lot of things got clarified.
This is necessary because otherwise we are trapped in the same illusion as Williams.
So, the general thing is why? We come back to the question of why assuming, we address your question, but assuming there is, I say very clearly, assuming that there are certain impediments, obstacles, therefore we need organizations like BSS. Tentative statement I am making because I have to clarify the point which you are doing for positions. Why propagate? Why promote? Why cultivate? Why should we have science movement? Exactly the questions you are asking I have already answered. I knew that. This will come up. Why this? So there could be a possible answer, and I think this is what Venting answering your this one, the rest will say that there seems to be some kind of an anti-science environment prevailing now. Therefore, we need to just a minute, I'll complete this. Go ahead. We need to spread this scientific thing. We need a kind of an intervention, right? And because there is an extreme pervasiveness of reason. I'm coming to unreason. Sorry, it's to his point what he said. There is an extreme pervasiveness of unreason in the name of science. That is the problem. And I'll come to the point why there is something called an irrational certainty. Now, this is the term which Bertrand Russell had used, irrational certainty. Okay? And this is what Bertrand Russell used. Now, what is rationality? I'll first start. Yeah, you had a question.
In relation to what he said, it is very real in this line.
See, what you do, you can talk in Kannada if you want, and I will translate first.
Constitutionalism is more important than constitution.
Okay.
Today, parliamentarians don't know what constitution is, and some of them don't even respect that, are taking oath in the name of us.
Okay. Now that's a different issue. I'm not. That has got nothing to do with at least as of now. So that's a political thing. Maybe we can organize one more workshop on that issue.
I'll leave it to someone else.
Relate constitution to sites and constitutionalism to scientific paper.
Okay. That's a good. That's a good idea. Constitution to science.
And constitutionalism to scientific temper.
You relate, but I couldn't get what is the connection or what is the difference.
The spirit is more important than
That's what I am coming to. That is what I will come to. So I just started off, which is what the Gandhi Raman dialogue says, which is what Bertrand Russell is also trying to say. You have to give some more time for me. Yes. And how spirit of that, not today, because today it's already late. I come that this spirit is very important. But what I'm trying to say is, right now my question is, it all started because why do we need these organizations, VSS, AKVT, BGVS?
basically why do we need us?
Why are we gathered here? And what are we deliberating?
By the way, these two persons, Sri Basalraju and Sabyasayak Shatidi, are from another such organization called Karnataka Jnana Vijnana Sabha.
Okay, that, see, how many we have? Four. Four or five over here. So why do we need so many people? That means there is something, I mean, as we said, there may be imposition. Why are you trying to, why do we need to spread and all those things? That point is well taken, which has to be addressed and all. That wise I respond. But as of the time, there seems to be the case, it seems to be the case that there is some kind of anti-science spirit which these organizations are trying to overcome and spread scientific development. Whether it is right or wrong, we have to decide. Anti-rational. Say, anti-science, anti-rational. At least this group, some 20, 30 people, some here. Huh? 20. Whatever. So we agree on this premise that there is some kind of an anti-science, anti-rational. Huh? Irrational. That's what Russell calls it as irrational satanic. Irrational thing, but satanic.
No, I think we don't need to be coy. Let us all agree that the reason we are here is there is necessary care, of course. And there's a serious necessity, and we are trying to find ways to make ourselves back it out. I think that's the whole reason we are here, right? How we can be more effective in what we are doing. So, Bruno, effective against what? In bringing about what years or objectives, but then your answer is quite fitting. Answer yeah, that is yes, to be answered. Very much so. People discuss directly that there is some kind of an anti-science, anti-rational thinking that is actually being imposed. Yeah, science is of many. It is the awareness actually
Only really imposing by certain organizations or religious etc. That ones already became in existence, prevailing among
it is
the people
prevailing and also authentic thing.
and promote people who are not able to understand also combat.
So we what is only divided.
See, already religion is institutionalized, superstition is institutionalized, and that more than anything else, promotion of scientific rigor now it is not just creating awareness among the masses. It's also it has become a political initiative. So just imagine if that article is removed from constitution, what would be the repercussions?
Point.
So if that is taken away, promotion of
He's saying, so what?
so no, we can also probably continue the argument if it is removed from the constitution already.
I have to flag it. I have to flag it, but yes, we will a flag for you.
Because to continue this argument, I am a scientist at heart, I am an atheist at heart, I am Rationalist at heart. Was when I talk to a person and I want the person understand and step the textbook of that process rather than accept it because I as a scientist asking
So that's what I tried to say.
don't trust me. Question me and if you find my answers convincing, accept it. Don't accept it all. Okay. Not that way.
We do agree on that point.
Because I work with scientists and scientific institutions across the country, I felt so bloody stabbed in the front, not in the back. I felt so betrayed. The first perpetrators of some of this, certainly online, are hardcore scientists.
Yes, I agree with
They
this.
speak, I mean, they, okay.
That I said is science of faith. I don't want you to be accepted science, right? So
So whether science is a faith depends upon how I or we try to see science. Which as I have already said, we have still not come. Okay? We have still not come whether science, okay? But let me start with simple rationality. No textbook definition.
Uh, a compass keeper doesn't like Hindi tea imposed on any plot. But when it comes to Tulu or other small languages, I told him this. Those languages are eaten away by major languages like Kannada. they are those people are getting karma imposed on them. I'm not saying this as someone who is unknown to this. I come from Kasarpur. There, to survive, you need three local languages. Apart from your mother tongue, English, Hindi, you need three local languages to survive. Tudu, this is the native language, Tamada, and Malayalam. When I see people fighting for two language or three language policy, in my, like, give me a language.
No, no, but what has that got to do with rationality? What has it got to do with rationality or science?
So let's listen to you. The person, this is a very UN topic for so assume,
No, no, we are not discussing on language policy now.
assume
No, assume what? Yeah, come to
Nehru, during the time of writing of constitution, Nehru was not there. So Tite and Martite would have fought like.
But that's okay. We are not discussing politics of history.
It is not.
No, I am asking. My point is about rationality and science.
See, rationality. He's trying to read it really. It cannot exist in that issue. So let's listen to.
Yeah, because I will take time. Let me, I just come to you, plug it, and I will come to you later. Okay?
Language.